and action. None. Emilene.
And Jakub for the Westie weekend, Washington. I mean, is it? No, it's Washington DC or no?
How do you see?
I don't know. I want to say for David KC. And for level 2, what we did was play with space management. So the first thing that we needed to kind of break is specific placement of foot during patterns. So we had like that little exercise with the boxes of 2, which is after the first box, follower is not passing. After the second box, we have a distance that allow each other approximately to touch our shoulder. The third box is used to create the distance that we need in order to have a tension that is usable for redirection.
This is us talking about this basic space management in a non-modified basic 6-count pattern.
Yes. Then we play with that just to get used also to alter where our feet are placed with a little game with followers being or enthusiastic,
Not passing, touch the shoulder.
space management, or extremely economic.
1 and a 2, not passing, just passed for the shoulder. 5 and a 6.
Same goes for the leader perspective, so or it's like very
1 and
okay.
a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6.
You have long legs.
Thank you. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6. Just to get a notion about the general space management and what we have to do to kind of preserve it as a partnership. Yeah, me or M, and in the real life we're trying both 50-50. If it's not 50-50 because one of us is less aware of the space management or because something is going on in the middle of a dance, then the most aware in the partnership is going to take care of it.
Yeah. Then we talk in terms of sensation, what's happening. It's like if I, oh, that's not one.
Not really.
What I'm trying to keep within the couple, so I know where I am at all time, and I know that I can be redirected at all time, is a minimal value of a stretch elastic that I feel in a point of contact. Whether it's tension, it could be also in a sense of compression, okay? What I'm trying to avoid is to have a gap that I don't know where I am, and I need to recreate in order that I know.
We talked about maintaining the tension like this. We talked about gravity sensation at the point of contact. We talked about gravity to release the tension, so followers can feel to recreate the tension.
Wait. I didn't talk about my friend.
I'm so sorry. Talk about your friend, please.
So, for followers, the frame that I just offered to you is a natural, just like swing of my arm. Because like that natural swing, just tell me from where the point of contact is in the vertical plane. I kind of define my distance with it, so I don't have to compromise how I feel with my space. So then if the point of contact would be, for instance, place it wherever you are.
Here.
Okay, so then like if I swing my arm, I feel like I would be there, you know? If it's gonna be there, no, don't go extreme. Okay, so if it's here and I swing it up, okay, so this is the distance that I would have with the point. My goal is that I try to maintain and recreate my space when it's altered. So if right now the elastic would be released, I would try to maintain that stretch elastic. It would tell me also where to go and where not.
So we had a playground and a whip. We started from the count 6, just to play with a little bit of space management. We had 2 extremes, 3 and a 4, we had a 5, 6. First extreme was leaders learning how to maintain certain trusting integrity with the point of contact and the connection, but not having to be in a specific distance with your partner yet. So I was arriving here, I was matching what I had in the right hand towards my left hand, the value from the right to the left, and then I was slightly isolating with part of my arm. Sometimes it's the elbow, sometimes it was the wrist, sometimes if you're already here, it can be your shoulder taking care of the connection. And then we use your 7 and 8 to recreate the distance for yourself as you would be within that tension. So followers, you felt in that moment
that I don't need to go further away.
There was no need for you to do
Or
this.
even if I would need go further away, it would even be dangerous for me because then I would need to alter my integrity.
Yes. We had a second option where the leaders were releasing the tension and sometimes even dropping the ball contact. As a communication, let's please can you help me out to recreate that position? That was two extremes from the count 6. We had from count to 4, 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Instead of redirecting on 4, we played a little bit of similar idea here. 4 to have a 5 and a 6 for leaders, or to have 4, a 5 and a 6 to raise for followers.
Yeah, because for here leaders, if you want to play with the 3 and 4, you might need to alter the technique you use in your whip. So if you use to do whip with having your 3 going against the follower or away, then it might create on the follower already a feeling of bounce. If you want to have this possibility, maybe think about your 3 going with, and then if you want you can redirect. It also gives you a lot of flexibility depending on which follower you have. Because maybe you have an enthusiastic follower.
I will need to alter my footwork to fit the space management.
Maybe you're going to have an economic follower.
I need to alter my footwork to fit the space management.
So always not defining. So we have the possibility on 3 and 4.
And then we had last one, the challenge one.
Very extreme
after the after the first box. So we had a 1 and a 2. And if you are able to recreate the sensation that this is enough for us to communicate already here, I can take care of the distance by the 3 and the 4 as leader going completely forward. And then I can decide for the redirection and then the anchor. And then we had the other extreme where followers were asked to 1 and a 2 to create that 6 for us. So we didn't have to go with them anymore, we were just creating our own post in our body and letting the follower to create our connection.
If we do maybe everything without stopping, the first option.
1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, 7
I'm
and
doing
8,
it, okay.
1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, 7
I don't
and 8,
need.
1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a
don't
6
need.
and a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5
I
and a 6
need.
and a 1 and a 2, 3
I
and
don't
a 4,
need.
5, 6, 7 and 8, 1 and a 2,
Ooh, I
3 and a 4,
need.
5, 6, combination, maybe 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6 and a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6 and a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, for instance. Thank you very much.